some things just make you sick to your stomach. When you hear it, it just make you feel sick. That's the case of Minnesota Vikings rookie Khyree Jackson. He was, I think, in a 4th draft pick. Nice, handsome young man. He just made it to the NFL and hadn't played his first game. Just got himself positioned to change his life. Reach the epitome of success, which I'm sure he had probably wanted to achieve all his life. And to get to that state, to actually arrive to where I have worked at this my entire life and never get to make it to experience that dream come true is just heart-wrenching. Khyree, from the Baltimore area, went home 4th of July weekend to celebrate with his family, I'm assuming. Hooked up with 2 of his childhood friends, also were athletic and had great stats, for what I understand. In the process of hanging out with his high school boys, somebody that was probably coming from a barbecue or something, who knows, hit them in a car wreck. And unfortunately, Khyree and one of the friends passed away at the scene. And then the other young man passed away at the hospital. This information is from HuffPost. Khyree Jackson, a cornerback rookie drafted by the Minnesota Vikings in April, was unalived in a car crash early Saturday morning alongside former college football players Isaiah Hazel and Anthony Litton in Upper Marlboro, Maryland, according to a police statement. Jackson, 24, and Hazel, 23, were pronounced unalived shortly after first responders arrived at the scene around 3:14 a.m. Litton, 24, was pronounced unalived at a nearby hospital. Police said the 3 were traveling together in a Dodge Charger when another driver tried to change lanes at a high rate of speed and struck their car. Investigators believe alcohol may have been a contributing circumstance in the crash. I got the footage. I don't need to read all this. I'll add it to this and let you hear it. No drinking and driving is so old. Like, we learned that, when we was high old. But you have people out here that are still breaking laws, consumed. And I've said it many times on previous videos. Everybody think other people, not me. You are other people to everybody. People have to get away from me, myself, and I, and understand this world is made up of we, billions of we. And we need to do the right things, be intentional and more responsible and mature in our decision making. My heart and my condolences goes out to all these young men's families. It's a shame. Khyree, Hazel, and what's the other young man, Litton? Their families are grieving. And I am just sad to hear these things. To arrive at a place where I've made it, but you just didn't make it there. I'm your girl, Boost Boswell. This is Real Talk. I ain't out here playing. Are you?
The force of the crash was evident. The toll in human life, a heavy one. 3 people who were in this Dodge Charger were killed around 3:15 this morning on northbound Route 4 near Dower House Road in Upper Marlboro. According to state police, the Charger was struck by a woman driving the silver Infiniti as she tried to change lanes while traveling at a high rate of speed. The car also struck a Chevy Impala, whose lone occupant, the driver, was not injured. The preliminary investigation shows the Charger went off the road into several tree stumps and ended up on a service road adjacent to the highway. The driver was 23-year-old Isaiah Hazel of Upper Marlboro. 24-year-old Khyree Jackson of Waldorf was the front seat passenger. Both died at the scene. 24-year-old Anthony Litton, a backseat passenger, died later at a hospital. All 3 were former football players at Wise High School. Khyree Jackson was a rookie cornerback for the Minnesota Vikings.
He always had high aspirations.
His grandfather, Anthony Jackson, was among the friends and family members of the victims who came to the scene. His grandfather recalls how proud they all were of Khyree Jackson's achievements.
Doing the best that he could possibly do in life and with the family.
Jackson, Isaiah Hazel, and Anthony Litton were graduates of Henry J. Wise High School in Upper Marlboro, and all three were part of state championship teams.
They were still together, still hanging out, still doing some things together.
Westlake High School football coach DeLon Parrish coached all three of the young men when he was at Henry Wise High School. He also taught all three of them.
Isaiah had an infectious attitude. He was extraordinary. Everybody loved being around him. AJ, phenomenal athlete. You know, he could do anything he wanted. Khyree, belief in himself, was incredible.
And he adds he was inspired by the three young men, and they'll continue to inspire others. As police began their investigation into the deadly crash, loved ones of the victims began to deal with the loss.
We're going to try to get through this as best as we possibly can.
The driver of the third vehicle that was struck was uninjured. State police say the driver of the Infiniti, identified as 23-year-old Corey Klingman, and two passengers in her car were also uninjured. Police say alcohol may have been a factor in the crash.
You said I can't trust in you.